So we already pointed out each root, right? We have the ventral and dorsal roots. They come together, so right at this spot where they merge is the spinal nerve. Or same thing over here, the roots where they merge, that's the spinal nerve right at that point.
Spinal, meninges,
so going into the meninges and associated. So this model is the one that actually shows, see the yellow fat? So we have the epidural space. And so now we need this one exclusively to see around the spinal cord. So epidural space, and then right here where I'm touching, just inside the epidural space, and even on this side, that is the dura mater. And now the layer just inside of it, so I have to point like right here for this side, or right here for this side.
Arachnoid.
That's now the arachnoid mater. And then now where we have this bigger gap right in here, and I'll point it out on both sides. So this bigger space here, or now over here, that's the subarachnoid space. And then finally, right against the white matter, so on this model, this white line, that's the pia mater. So epidural space is adipose, the dura mater, arachnoid mater, subarachnoid space, pia mater, or this side, epidural space, dura mater, arachnoid mater, subarachnoid space, pia mater. Epidural space filled with fat. You got the tough mother, the spider mother, the sub-spider mother space, and the delicate mother. That's what the words mean. So those meninges. So the rami. So we could go to either model. We already said we got, what are these wires right here?
The roots.
The roots. The roots merge together at the spinal nerve. And then you see how it branches again. The two models, they make it look quite different. But you see how there's this thick branch here and this skinny branch here? So for this model, this really big one, is 28. This is the ventral ramus. And then the small one going to the back, dorsal ramus. Whereas for this model here, this 20 and 21, the really thick number 20, that's the ventral ramus. And then the smaller one to the back, the dorsal ramus. But both rami branch right from the spinal nerve. Spinal nerve then branches the bigger anterior ventral ramus, smaller posterior dorsal ramus. All right, so from there, the cervical vertebra, so that's what this is, the bifid spinous process. Right here we have the space for the transverse foramina. Then you actually see the vertebral arteries inside of it as well. And we can use those cervical vertebrae models, and then that full vertebral column also has the vertebral arteries inside of it as well. Arteries traveling up your neck. It's really the reason why you can only turn your neck so far, because you would then possibly damage that artery. And in owls, I found out, in owl, their vertebral arteries, actually as they travel up, they get wider, and the transverse foramina are huge. And that's why an owl could like turn its head almost all the way around. It just has more space to do that. All right, so now we need that big one you had, John, the big board. So you do another video